Thanks for joining me for my talk about smarter customer conversations with Odoo Chatbot. My name is Edgar Mertins. I'm a business analyst from the Berlin office. And before we start, I'll give you some seconds to scan the QR code so you can leave your questions. You already know it by now. Don't worry if you miss it now, we're going to see it later again as well. So, what are we going to see today? We're going to see how in version 19 with Odoo Chatbot and live chat you can now convert your visitors in a more effective way. We're going to see how we can integrate AI-powered agents into the existing workflows for the live chat. And then we're going to look at some tips for success and how you can effectively configure your chatbots and your agents. And in the end, we'll summarize it with a conclusion. And for this talk, I will walk you through a scenario of an architecture company that uses the live chat in their daily life. And we're going to see how Odoo live chat is really no longer just a reactive tool. Now it's really an intelligent helper for your business and to help your team with the support. So let's start with the most important journey of them all, a new potential client. Just a quick recap, what were you able to do until now? You were able to forward chats to your operator team, who might not be the same people like the people that work in your sales departments. So you had kind of this middleman in between. Or you could create leads manually or have the bot do it from the chat. But that's kind of where the flow ended. So you could maybe end the chat with a message like, we will follow up with you shortly, but that's kind of where it ended. And as it is, you have this risk of a lead cooldown. So that means the time that you have between the lead creation and the follow-up is really a critical friction point. And also, you might create some uncertainty for the user. He might not be sure when is he going to get contacted again, how is he going to get contacted again. And that might lead to some frustration, some lead cooldown, and ultimately you might have a lower conversion rate in total. That's why in version 19 there will be a new step type called create lead and forward that you can configure on your chatbots. And forward in this case specifically means to your salespeople. So you no longer have to go the way via the middleman, via the operator team. You can now send the chat directly to the appropriate salesperson from the fitting sales team. The goal of this is to turn your customer interest into real business opportunities without wasting any time. And yes, the benefit is that you give the client some instant gratification. You can catch them really at the peak of their interest, and you no longer have to go via the middleman, which creates some friction in the handover. But let's now look at how that works in practice. So here we have the website of Studio Spree Architects, where we showcase a little bit of our work, what we did before, and we also have a small portfolio section here. And we can now think of the new scenario where an interested visitor is on our website and he gets interested into the Tech Hub Berlin. That's a project we worked on before. We put some nice photos on here. And this new visitor, we can call him Max. He gets very interested in this project because he also works for an architecture firm and he wants to collaborate because maybe we can help him with a similar project that he has. So he opens the chat and he gets greeted by the portfolio assistant bot, which we have configured for this purpose. And this bot asks him if he's interested in starting a new project with us. Yes, he is. And that's great to hear. And to get started, can we tell him a little bit more about the type of project that he has in mind? So, yes, I work for an architecture firm in Dresden, and we want to build something similar over here. So now we really just qualify the lead a little bit, find out what he wants. And after some time, the bot continues and asks the next question, which category this project falls into. And I have structured these answers in the same way like our sales teams are structured. So we have a sales team for residential buildings, one for renovation, and one for commercial spaces. And this will help us with this new step type that I just talked about. This will really help us to assign the chat to the correct salesperson in the end. So right now, this is a commercial space project. And that's pretty much enough information that we gathered now. Now we just need a couple more things before we hand it over. So we need to give our full name and our email. And as you cannot see, it has not forwarded, but it can land in your backend. So now it should have taken over. Sorry about that. But it usually sends it forward to me in the backend. I can now take over the chat and see how there was a lead created and how I can now take over the chat directly, can continue with the usual sales process that we have established in our company. So there was no friction, that was very instant, and like I said, you save some time not going via the middleman. That's pretty cool, but let's now look at the biggest feature for version 19 for the live chats, which are AI-powered agents. Also, just again, a quick recap. What were you able to do until now? You were able to create scripted chatbots, or you could have the chats handled by human operators. But what might be some limitations of that? The chatbots that you scripted might not be able to handle any unexpected queries that your customers might have. Or if they have a bit more nuanced requests, maybe a second, a third question about a topic, they can quickly reach their limit, and then you will end up with having to hand it over to a human operator anyways. Human operators, even if they have a lot of expertise, might not always be able to provide really consistent information in an instant. Maybe they sometimes have to research some information in your documentation. That can take some time, and still there might be some errors. Also, if your support demand grows, then you might hit some scalability challenges. So you need to hire new operators, you need to train them, which can take a lot of time and a lot of money. That's why with these agents, we're going to move beyond these limitations in version 19, because they can now really provide specific and instant answers immediately. So let's look in our backend at how we can configure these agents. Here we have our portfolio assistant agent, which we have created to handle any requests that we might get about our portfolio. And as you can see, one thing you can do is give the agent a topic. A topic means that the agent will be able to perform certain actions in your database, so it's not limited to only giving text answers. For example, with this one, with the create leads topic, it would be able to create a lead by itself in your database. And this also works in combination with the live chat. So you can have things created by your visitors. Then also you have the system prompt, which is where you can give your bot an identity, a communication style, and you can tell them maybe what to do, what not to do. But we will look at that in the later section for the tips for success. For now, what's also very interesting to see is that you can upload your own sources to your agents. So what we did at Studio Spree Architects is that we gave it a lot of information about the portfolio projects that we have on our website as well. It's way more than you can find on the website just because we kept it short there and just provided some more information for this bot now here. So let's take a look at how that can look in practice. We can close this one. And let's think of a new scenario where a new potential client, a new interested guy, comes to our website and he checks out the North Side Gallery. On the North Side Gallery, you have also a bit of information, but what we've noticed is that we really get a lot of deeper questions for this project, which is why we have configured our agent that I just showed you to pop up here. And now this new visitor gets greeted by the agent and he wants to know which materials did you use in this gallery. This is information that we cannot find on this website. It's too detailed and we need to only have it in the documentation. And as you can see, in an instant, the AI goes through the documentation, finds the correct information from it, and gives back a really thorough and detailed answer for it. So this answer should satisfy our new visitor here. And we can now move on. But what about questions that you don't want your agent to answer? Because maybe you don't want to see any funny screenshots on the internet of how your bot answered something that is not related to what you do, that is not professional, maybe. That's why you can restrict your agent to only use the sources that you provide to him. We also did this here. So if our new visitor asks for a birthday cake recipe, then the AI will tell him, sorry, he's only here to help him with architecture-related questions. No birthday cake recipe for you. And even though that makes him very sad now that he will not win the next baking competition, he's still interested in this project now and wants to know more, and he wants to talk to a human. So with these agents, you will always have the options for a human fallback so that your visitor can contact a human. But what we did in this case, you can do it a little bit more elaborate. You can put a bot in between, as a step in between. So this bot is just here to qualify the user a little bit more, just gather some more information from him before we really hand him over to the human operator, just so that we really have all the information that we need. So it's just a quick question, what is this inquiry about? It's about our services. And then what's the name? It's Oliver Schmidt. And that was enough info for the bot, and it gets handed over to me, who's the operator in the backend. So I can go here now, read through the chat, and then take over from here with whichever process we have established at our company for handling such support cases. And yeah, that's how you can use a more elaborate flow of AI agent to a scripted chatbot, to a human operator, and really combine them in the most efficient way. So now, let's look at some tips for success and how you really can set up your chatbots and your agents. So one thing to keep in mind is to always use a tone that fits your corporate identity, your brand personality. It's often the first point of contact for someone, that like your website presence and your live chat in that case as well. So make them sound friendly or expert or funny, depending on how you have your usual brand identity established. And you can do that, for example, via the system prompt on your AI agent. Next thing to look at is to always try to be conversational and not robotic, and also build your chatbots in that way. Just because a more human tone will have your users chat in a better way, in a more engaged way with your chatbot. Also, everybody who knows, who works in a support role knows this, is to always show empathy. So if there is a client that comes with frustration, be ready to handle it and provide solution-oriented answers, and try to take the emotion out if you can. Also, a confused user is a lost user, so make sure that you design your bots in a simple way. What you can do is you can limit all your interactions to one goal per interaction. So don't ask your user for his name, his email, and his request all at once. Instead, break it down into little steps, which also generates a feeling of progress for the user. Then, as you have seen a couple times in my demo, use the quick replies extensively. It's just a bit more convenient, a bit better UX to just have the users to click and not to write any text. It's also better to help them guide down a path, a structured path that makes sense in your case. And also keep in mind that most of your visitors will probably come to your website on a phone, so you can think mobile first, keep the messages short and scannable. Don't use long paragraphs, just really break it down to the most important information. And lastly, think about the fallback options. So a great chatbot flow will anticipate that the flows that you built might not always be followed by everyone who chats with it. So anticipate and be ready for what happens when you have to go the route via a human fallback. One thing you can do is provide a clear and easy way to connect with the human. As you saw with the agents, there's always this button. And be ready for it, because it will happen. Also, if you have something like that, you can offer alternative resources. So if your bot or your agent are not able to answer the questions, then don't leave the user at a dead end. Provide them a link to your FAQ page, to your knowledge base, anything like that if you have it. So to summarize real quick, what did we just see? We saw how in version 19, with the new step type, we can improve our conversion rate by qualifying the lead directly from a chat and give them to the appropriate salesperson. We saw how we can integrate AI agents to support the support team and decrease their workload by having them do actions in the database or provide any information that you might want to share. And a good chatbot flow does not replace fully the human operators. It instead assists them and supports you in being as efficient and effective as possible. So that's the new live chat in version 19. It's now really an intelligent tool that works with you 24/7 to grow your business and to keep your clients more happy. Thank you very much.
Hello, thank you for the talk. So I have 4 questions for you. The first one is related to AI agents. So someone wants to know if Basically, which topics already exist in the database for AI agents, and is it possible to create a new custom one?
So there exist a couple right now. One that you saw was create leads. I think you can create calendar appointments for now. And there's a bunch of other ones, but you cannot currently create them yourself. I think there's more and more coming.
Okay, yeah, right. Second question is related to the sources of the AI agents. So someone wants to know if the sources are shared with the LLM provider like ChatGPT, for example.
I'm not fully sure, but I think they are, yes.
Okay.
So if you are very privacy focused, then right now it's getting shared to the LLM, the whole thing.
Someone wants to know if you can have different AI agents on different website pages.
Yes, you can. It works the same way with chatbots as well. On your live channel, we can take a look. On your live chat channel, you can go to the channel rules. And here you can have your regex options of which agent appears, and you can have multiple on your website depending on what where you need them.
So you mentioned the possibility during the beginning of the conversation to forward one of the conversations to one of the salesperson. Does the forwarding of the salesperson work with rule-based lead assignments?
It does. First of all, when you have the rule-based lead assignment you can limit the amount of leads someone gets assigned. This works as well with this forwarding options. So if someone has enough leads already, he will not get any more chats. And if you combine it, for example, with AI automations that we have now, you can probably find that in another talk. You can even do more with assigning tags automatically and stuff like that.
Okay, right. Another question regarding a conversation on the website. If there are no human operators available, is it possible to redirect the customer to a contact form?
To a who?
To a contact form.
To a contact form? That's a good question. Maybe you can have it answer with a link you can create an extra step and then have the link to your contact form, to your contact us page in it. That should work as well. Yes.
Okay, great. Someone wants to know if it is possible to link agent chatbot in other websites via an API, for example, for customers that uses other frameworks for other websites.
Yes, it works the exact same way as you just saw in the talk before. So you can integrate this channel with a widget to any website that's not hosted on Odoo either, and there you can have your agent operate as well.
Right. Can agent answer direct questions such as order status of a quote if given a sales order reference?
That's a good question. We would need to check that out. We would need to try that out. You can come to the Discuss booth and let's try it together.
Okay, great. Okay, that's it for the questions. Thank you very much, Edgar.
Thank you as well.